Hi, welcome back. Page 69. So we talk about attribute fields and the table. And we also cover that the fields, first one is object ID field, and it contains a unique identification number for each record. And the rest of the fields are added and maintained by the user. So here are the other fields. Including the name of each city and its name of the country and name of the city, and the status, population, and population rank, population class, and an administrative abbreviation. So the intersection of a record and a field is a cell. So like this cell is Japan. A cell contains an attribute value. For example, the attribute value of the city name field for the first record is Brasilia. Let's move back. Brazil. And the city is Brasilia, if I pronounce it correctly. You can change the width of any field by dragging the divider between fields. So when it changes, we can drag it. Like this. And next, you will now narrow the display width of the city name field so you can see more attribute without having to scroll across the table. So now you need to see population. Okay, scroll back all the way to the left. Now left. Place the mouse pointer to the vertical black bar between the city name and GIM_administrative field. The pointer changes to a double-headed arrow. Now you can drag. And press and hold the mouse button and drag the pointer to the left. So now the double-headed arrow. Now press and hold the mouse button and drag the pointer. So let's do it again. As you drag, the original field width is marked by a vertical red line and the new width by a vertical black line. So let's pay attention to look at again. Now I think this version we don't have that for 10.4. At least my version does not have that. Release the mouse button at some point before you start cutting off city names. So some of the number of population class fields are cut off. So next, you will widen this field. We can widen this field. Scroll to the right side of the table. Place the mouse pointer on the vertical black bar to the right of the population class field. Drag the pointer slightly to the right to see the entire name of the field. Okay. We need to see the whole field until we see double-headed arrow. Now we place population rank. The FIPS country field contains country abbreviations designated by Federal Information Processing Standards. Right here. FIPS. I didn't see FIPS. Oh, right here. Okay, now for example, China is CN. Where did China go? We can descending it, China, CN. Very good. And if you don't want to see a field in an attribute table, but you don't want to delete it permanently either, you can simply hide it, which you will do next. Okay, we will try it. Scroll to the left and place the mouse pointer on the vertical black bar between the FIPS and country and Federal Information Processing Standards, FIPS. Well, we have to remember that, FIPS, Federal Information Processing Standards, and a status field. So now let's go to here, status and FIPS, okay? And now what we have to do is drag the pointer to the right edge of the, right here, and release the mouse button, and then we can drag here. There. Now we don't see FIPS anymore. There. Actually, you can simply make it so narrow that it can no longer be seen. So, but you see, this line is a little bolded compared to status column fields and the population, because there was a field hidden behind this. We can put it back. If you wanted to restore the hidden field, you would double click the border between the GIM_administrator and status field names to see the field again. So you can hide fields by right-click the field heading and click Turn Field Off. So right-click on it, and we can see Turn Field Off. And we don't see it. And then we have to click the Table Options narrow and then click Turn All Fields On. So now we have to go back here, and there is Turn All Fields On. Then you can see this again. Okay, now turn this off, turn it off, and then we will go back here, option to turn all fields on. Okay, so you can rearrange the order of fields as well. It will be more natural to have a city name appear before the country name, so next you will rearrange them. How are we going to do that? So we will click the column heading of the country name that is highlighted in cyan. Drag the column heading to the right, pointer becomes an arrow with a small rectangle showing that a field is being moved. When the vertical red line is between city_name and a status field as shown in the graph, actually will show here. So now I'm going to move it here, and you can see there is a dash rectangular, and we can move it there. And now my city name is between here, and I want to move it back there. Oh, too much. And we move it here, and move it there, and move it last. So that's how you move the columns, the fields. Now the fields' names are rearranged. And you can also freeze fields to make it easier to explore and understand feature attributes. To do so, right-click a field header and click Freeze Unfreeze column. So now we can do this. We can do freeze and unfreeze column, freeze, and then we can do unfreeze them. It is especially useful for tables with many fields. Repeat the action to return the table to its default behavior. Now, records as well as fields can be highlighted. When a record is highlighted in the table, the corresponding feature highlighted on the map. So a highlighted record or feature is set to be selected. So now, let's do that real quick. I want to move the name after here. So now I'm interested in China, where is Shanghai? Oh, let's go to my favorite city, Guangzhou. So when this is highlighted, then we can see Guangzhou is highlighted. That the attribute table, when you highlight the row on the attribute table, that the whole row is cyan, and you can see the corresponding point, Guangzhou, the city, is highlighted. Is selected. So click the gray tab to the left of the first record of the table. The record is selected. So that's how you select by each city. Now let's move on to try another one. We want to see Perth in Australia. So now you can see Perth right here. And Sydney. Let's move to Sydney, and you have to click the gray bar by showing the cyan highlighted. So move the attribute table so it doesn't cover the map display, and we want to see the Brazilian is highlighted on the map. Where is my city name? Where did my Brazilian go? And I re-rank them right here. And I have to move a little bit to this. Now Brazilian is right here. Next, you will clear the current selection and then select the city with a population of 10 million or greater. So how are we going to do that? We're going to use the toolbar. Now we never introduced this to function. It is very useful in ArcGIS. The first is select feature, the other is deselect the feature, means clear selected feature. So now we deselected and you don't see the cyan in our attribute table. So at the top left of the attribute table, click the table options arrow and clear. That we already did. Or we can just click here and clear selection. Let's redo it again. So our Brazilian right here, and we select it, and you can see the cyan dots here. And we can do it from here, clear selection, or we can do it here from clear selected features. Okay. In the attribute table, and we scroll to the population field, and we will right click on population, and then we can sort, and it's just like Excel that we can sort it. We will do descending. The records are recorded from the largest population on the smallest city. Resize the attribute table if necessary to see more fields. Wow, we can see the top, Shanghai, Buenos Aires, and Mumbai, Karachi, Mexico City. Wow, those are the huge cities with large population. And now we want to press Shift and click the tabs to the left of the first and the 12th records in the table to select them all at once, all cities with population of 10 million or greater. So alternatively, we will press Control and click the tabs to the left, each record to the 12th row in the table. So let's do that. So now I will click Control, and then I will, we have to deselect everything first because I click the population, and now we have to click 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. The first 12 until to the Sao Paulo, and those are 10 million more population. And once we selected, and you can see we have a 12 out of 256. And move the table out of the way to see the map so we can see the 12 cities being selected, okay, being selected. And we will go to the other one, show the city being selected. We can change to only show the selected cities. To restore the complete table, and we will click all the records. This is all the records, those as show selected records. Storing a field is useful for showing high and low values, but you can get more detailed information from running statistic on a field. If records are selected in a table, the statistic will be calculated for those selected records only. Next, you will run some statistics. So we will do with those 12 records selected in the table, we can just do right click on it. We can go to statistics. And now we can observe this table. The statistic window displays the number of records for which statistics are being calculated for this 12, and the minimum and maximum sum, mean, and standard deviation value are provided. So now, what is the total number sum of population living in the 12 largest city? So there are 136941620, a lot of population. For the frequency distribution chart, represents the distribution values of graphically, and how many selected